You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Looking for shipping? We always offer better service than the East Empire Company. Nothing new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us. But Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one. Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well. In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. Until next time. These lazy Argonians better get their tails moving. Safe travels.
Damn Greyskin. Go back to Morrowind. They're parasites. They're living in our city under our protection. What did they do for us? Nothing. I know the High King invited them here, but he didn't ask me or anyone else first. Maybe he should have. Don't like it? Too bad. This is our city. Ours! Don't think I can take you? 100 septums say I can punch you back where you came from. All right? Fists only. And none of that magic stuff either. Let's go. Come on. See what they're made of. Just a scratch. Do your worst. You won't leave here alive. No. Lucky hit. Damn you. That wasn't a fair swing.
Drive that snow back to the ground.
Yeah, here.
Come on.
Good to see you again, friend. Get out of my face.
Finally! Oh, my feet hurt so bad.
Watch what you're doing.
Oh, apologies. This one was distracted. Head on then. This one will be waiting.
I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was such a helpful young lass.
What do you need? Sure. What can I do for you? Yes. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. What's all the commotion?
By the gods!
Somebody do something!
Don't do that.
Sure. What can I do for you? You must be a Stormcloak through and through to request that one. We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done.
I hope so. Sure, what is it? Do we really have to go into this? But I guess you should know. Like I said before, he raised me. When I was just an egg, he found me and took me in. He taught me to survive in the wild and live on my own. He was the one that kept me away from any towns or cities. He kept me safe. He was killed. One night when we were camping out, we were attacked. We both thought there was only a few attackers, so Morlock told me to run. I did. I ran, and once I found a hiding place, I watched them kill Morlock. There was so many of them, and I knew I could not fight them back. I had to run. I had to leave Morlock, and he died alone. I left Morlock to die. If I would have stayed and helped. Maybe not. My scales are black. Third is brown. What else? It is okay. I am okay. I am okay.
So what's the news on the street, Captain?
The dark elves are easy.
That's a load off. Because thighs are happier already. Now then, what shall we talk about?
Oh, very much so.
Coming right up.
What's that? Sure, we've got some time. Though, not a whole lot to say, honestly. Bikai grew up on a farm in southern Morrowind, west of Mournhold. We were poor, like most Khajiit, but we were free, unlike some. The Empire outlawed slavery in Morrowind long ago, but it never fully disappeared. In the south, though, the specter of the Argonian invasion some years back hangs over the elves like a veil. Farther south you get, the more they look over their shoulders, afraid to upset their scaled neighbors and former slave stock. So, we were safe. Bikai spent his youth tilling crops in the ash. Hard work, but he was always a big cob, so the manual labor was his to do. And he was happy to do it. It made him strong, and more importantly, it made his parents happy. Difficult. Even as far south as Bikai's home was, Red Mountain's plumes did their best to bury the lands on an almost daily basis. He spent every bit as much time shoveling the land and pushing ash drifts to the sides of walkways as he did actually farming. Extremely fertile soils, though, provided you can keep them exposed to sunlight long enough to grow anything. Your question reminds Bikai of the mask his parents gave him to help filter the ash from the air he breathed as he worked. Similar to what the Dunmer use, but with some makeshift modifications to accommodate Bikai's ears and muzzle. Not remotely comfortable, but it mostly kept the ash out of Khajiit's lungs. Oh, goodness, no. They were farmers, not fighters. This one's father was one of the gentlest cats you'd ever meet. And while his mother had a dagger she always kept close, Khajiit never actually saw her use it. No. While working one day to pare down some moon sugar cane, a prominent Dunmer merchant out of Mournhold passed by the farm. Saw promise in the way this one swung his sickle at the crops, and contracted him as a bodyguard. Offered quite a hefty sum to Bikai's parents in exchange for his services. No, not slavery. A job. Khajiit was still just a cub at the time, but the merchant had him trained with a sword and shield, gave him a set of leather armor, and tasked him with protecting the merchant as he caravanned back and forth between Mournhold and Blacklight. And so, that is what he did for a number of years. It wasn't bad. Not a lot of action, so it mostly just amounted to walking alongside the merchant's guar, using Khajiit's size to look intimidating, and keeping an eye out for trouble. The ash was bad some days. Bikai's fur was turned muddy black more times than he can count. But he was taken care of for his service. Housed, fed, paid. It was a job. The merchant entrusted Bikai with his life and treated him well for it.
An ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks. We drink
Well, Bikai sent most of his pay back home to his parents to help make up for the fact that he couldn't harvest crops any longer. But one day, the courier, instead of taking Bikai's payment, handed him a letter. His father had died. Complications from a life of breathing ash on the farm. Bikai spoke to the merchant and was given time to return home to his mother and to bury his father. But before he could return to his position as a bodyguard, well, the merchant turned up dead on a back street in Mournhold, robbed and gutted. Bikai was out of a job. It was poor timing, to be sure. At the same time, though, perhaps returning home was all that prevented Bikai from finding his grave as well, yes? Yes, but she had changed in the time Bikai had been gone. The world had worn her down. There was a sadness in her eyes that deepened each day Bikai was home. He thinks her heart was broken. Death claimed her as well, not long after. And then it was just Bikai. It was. It still is, in truth. Some things you never fully leave behind, yes? But Bikai persisted. Found his way forward through the ash, the derision from the elves, through life's hurdles, both great and small. He found love, found his first mate, and ultimately found his way to Skyrim and to your side. This is life's great journey, my friend. The two moons dance, yes? Likewise, my friend. Bikai is glad you're here as well. You know, when you first came to your Voskar and spoke to Bikai, you found him at one of the lowest points of his life. If he's honest, after everything he'd been through, he had, well, lost hope. For the present, for the future, for himself, for his world. The companion seemed like the only path forward for him, and, well, you saw how that was going. And when on top of it all, his locket went missing, his only reminder of... Bikai means this with all sincerity. What you did for him, your selflessness. You saved him. You saved his life. You know that, yes? Our companionship, it fills Bikai's heart, and he cherishes it. Alcohol is not Bikai's favorite, but if you're buying, let's drink.
Look at you. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I am fine. I wanted to thank you. I've been on my own for the past few months. I do not think there was a harder time in my life. I am just glad I was able to get it off my chest. It happened. I cannot go back and change it. I think about it every day. But I guess in the end, I got to meet you. That is something good, right? Right. Come on, we should keep going. What is it? That means a lot coming from you.